Hey guys, welcome to the MMA Brothers Podcast, the newest, baddest, and best podcast out there. And let's get it going. Hello guys, and welcome back to the MMA Brothers Podcast. My name is Daryl.
My name is Asher.
And we're talking UFC Fight Night, Derrick Brunson versus Edmen Shahbazyan, episode 49. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah, so as usual, we start at the bottom. We only cover the main card and we start at the bottom of the main card. So, wow, the events just keep rolling on. This is not in Fight Island, I believe. I think this is back at the UFC Apex. So we're back in America for this event. And the first fight on the main card is Kevin Holland versus Trevin Giles, or Gills, whatever how you pronounce his name. I think actually this fight should have been the prelims, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Frankie Edgar versus... what's his name? Frankie Edgar versus Pedro Munoz is supposed to be on this card, but it got postponed. Whatever. A lot of postponing going on. But anyways, Kevin Holland versus Trevin Giles. 17-5 versus 12-2. Both American.
Middleweight.
Yeah, middleweight fight. And Kevin 6'3" versus 6 feet. And yeah, it looks like Kevin's got all the advantages. You know, he's got an 8-inch reach advantage. Then we break down the numbers. Everything seems to be quite similar. So, to be honest, I don't know much about these fighters, but just looking at the numbers, as you can see here, he's a more experienced fighter, even though he does have more losses on his record. He's a taller fighter and has an 8-inch reach advantage. So, just based on looking at all the numbers, you know, average fight time, he almost all his fights come to a decision. I don't know, man. I want to go with Mr. Mr. Kevin. Who you got?
Yeah, I got Kevin too. I watched Kevin's last victory. It's a TKO finish. Kevin's really nice on the feet. Like, he's a very long range guy. It's kind of like Izzy. He has a very good height for the middleweight division at 6'3", just an inch shorter than Izzy. I think Izzy's 6'4". He's got an 81-inch reach. He's got long arms, so you know he's not gonna hit you really hard, but he's gonna have really precise striking, right? He's a long rangey guy. So I really like this fight for Kevin. If he can get another win here, I think he's going to face a ranked opponent in his next fight, because he's going to have a 2-fight win streak with unranked opponents. I expect this fight to be a barn burner in terms of both of them are going to go out for the win, because if Trevin can get through Kevin, he's going to get the next ranked middleweight, right? So I think this is going to be a very good fight. Middleweights almost never disappoint in terms of action in fights, because those guys carry a lot of power. At 185, at any point you get caught slipping, you're going to sleep, right? So I really like this fight. I think Kevin's got it in the bag. Trevin's going to try to make a name for himself. He's going to come out hot and heavy, but he's the more experienced fighter, as you can see with the fight time. So he's going to take a more calculated approach, even though he didn't in his last fight. Kevin was usually known for taking his time, you know, letting it warm up. First round, he gets fielded. He usually loses the first round, and then second and third is when he puts it on. So
right. All right, I guess we both got Kevin on that one. So we're going to move on to the next one. It's a lightweight bout. So at 155, we got Lando Groovy, Venata versus Bobby King Green. Now, trust me, this fight is going to be really exciting. Bobby Green is a guy that likes to throw hands. He comes heavy with the pressure. Lando Venata, he's actually what his nickname says he is. He's groovy. He throws a lot of spinning techniques. He's very nice with his head movement. Likes to keep his hands quite low, which is what I don't like. But like, he's just very, very confident.
Which is common with kickboxers.
Yeah.
Usually their hands are low just because of like the switch stances. You don't know. Like even Stephen Thompson would be a great example.
Yeah, karate guys.
Right? Karate guys, kickboxers, you usually notice their hands are a little bit lower. It helps with defending takedowns, but it leaves you susceptible to the head strikes. But
yeah, so Groovy is really, really good. Everybody knows the legendary fight he had with Tony Ferguson, where he was getting beat up, but he dropped Tony, and Tony gets dropped a lot in his fights. But anyways, Lando Venata, let's just break down the numbers. He's 5'9" versus Bobby Green at 5'10", 155, like I said already. Same reach on both sides. It looks like they win pretty much the same way as well. Their numbers is quite similar, except Bobby Green has more decision victories. And then based off of their stats, like as you can see, Bobby Green is a way more experienced fighter, but he has more losses on his record. So this one, I'm going to go with Lando Venata, because I believe Lando has better skills than Bobby Green. Bobby Green is a more raw, powerful guy, but Lando has the more polished techniques to get the job done. So, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bobby. I just think that if you've seen a lot of strikes, it might not be the Eddie Wineland versus Sean O'Malley. It's going to be something similar, but I think Bobby's power is going to be the very big differentiating factor, and he moves forward. Like, I don't think he knows how to fight on his back foot. So, guys, this is going to be a very interesting fight. At the 155-pound division, which is just a Shark Tank. And it's going to be a very interesting fight. I got Bobby Green, guys. Let me know what you guys think with your picks for who you guys have for this one.
Right. So next we have Vicente Luque versus Randy Brown. Vicente, you want to break this one down?
Yeah, Vicente the Silent Assassin, Luque versus Randy Rude Boy Brown. He must be Jamaican. He's got to be Jamaican. Rude boy. Yeah. As lo and behold, he's Jamaican. So Vicente Luque was born in the United States. He's 18-7-1. Randy Brown. It's Randy, right?
Yeah.
It's
He's the guy that got viciously knocked out by Nico Price. I'm pretty sure it was him.
Just the up kick, right?
Like, you know, it was an up kick.
Oh, no, it's the hammer fist.
Nico Price had his foot and his head just hammering his face.
Randy
Brown just...
but Randy was winning that fight. And then he took him down.
I just remember his head bouncing like a pinball machine.
Yeah, Randy's very big for this division. He's 6'3" in the welterweight division, the 170 pounds. The one thing, guys, we can get into how they win. Vicente Luque has a 56% KO. Randy comes in at 50%. Everything else is pretty similar. I would say, like, it's a very even card, so it's going to be hard to place your bets. But Vicente Luque's hands are a problem. Like, Stephen Thompson was when he fought Vicente Luque took a beating, but Stephen also got clipped a lot. He's like, yo, he has the hardest head I've ever punched in my life. Dude can take a shot. Vicente's last fight, who did he fight?
He fought, what's his name? I see his face.
Mike Perry?
Was it Barberina?
Yeah, I think it's Barberina, and he beat him.
Oh no, he fought Nico Price. He fought Nico Price in his last fight.
Yeah.
Because Nico Price had the really swollen eye.
Yeah.
It was a couple months ago.
Yeah. Like Luque, guys, if you like stand-up fighting, you like knockouts, you gotta watch Vicente Luque, because he does not take you down and pressure you. He stands there and he throws heavy hands, right? He's very good on the ground. He trains with Dorino, Gilbert Burns. They train together. He's a very, very good fighter. I expect a Vicente Luque knockout win, personally, just because no one's been able to put him away, and he hits ridiculously hard. Yeah,
Vicente Luque, I'm going to pick him as well. Randy Brown, I don't think he's as talented in the striking compared to Luque. Luque, I think, is trained by Henry Hooft, if I'm not mistaken, who is like a stand-up striking coach, and he's great at it. Luque, even though he has more losses on his record, Randy Brown,
he's faced tougher opponents.
Luque
or higher ranked opponents.
Yeah, he's fought people like Wonder Boy, and he's fought some really, really tough guys. So Luque definitely is a more experienced fighter. I can see him landing a lot of leg kicks that Brown won't be able to deal with, and then at some point in the second or third round, it'll be a TKO finish. That's my pick, and Daryl agrees with me. So we're gonna move on. Oops, didn't mean to hit Randy Brown. We're gonna move on to. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next fight, which is the co-main event of the evening. We have Joanne Calderwood versus Jennifer Maia. So JoJo, she's ranked number 3 in the flyweight division, and in this division, I don't even know what to call it. To me, it's just like it's a waste of time division, because Valentina Shevchenko is out here just slaughtering everybody in the division. So it's like people are just fighting to get their head snatched for the title if they ever get there. So it's a brutal division for whoever was trying to be champion. But anyways, we're gonna break it down. Joanne Calderwood, she's good. She's from the UK. She's 14-4. She's fighting Jennifer Maia, who's 17-6. Jennifer is from Brazil, so you already know if she's from Brazil, she's going to have talent in one area. We'll talk about that later. 5'6" versus 5'4", 2-inch reach advantage for Calderwood, and 1.5-inch reach advantage. So, I was kind of surprised it's not as high. I thought she really had more submission wins than this. Joanne Calderwood, as you can see, most of her fights are won by decision, and if you have seen her fights, kind of boring, you know what I mean? Like, she's not the most entertaining fighter you watch. She is very tough though. She can take a beating.
She definitely can.
Yeah, she can take a beating. Jennifer Maia, even though she's ranked lower, I'm gonna pick her just because I just don't think Joanne Calderwood is that talented of a fighter. I'm sorry that I had to say that, but her being ranked 3rd is quite high. So I think Jennifer Maia is going to be able to put it on her and get the dub. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joanne. I think British fighters have this grit to them, like Michael Bisping, Darren, what's his name, the black dude,
and Leon Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards. I think there's a grit to being a British fighter that's very underrated, that not a lot of people talk about. Like, it's like, Mexican boxing, like, that they're going to move forward, it's going to be flashy. I think British fighters are very tough people. Paul Craig, for example, even though he's from Scotland, but you get what I mean. They can definitely take a beating. Not to say other countries can't, but what I'm saying is Joanne might not have the most exciting style, but she puts the pressure on you, right? Like, she moves forward. She's got decent hands, decent striking, decent jiu-jitsu. It's like she's like a jack of all trades, and she's not a specialty in one, in my opinion at least. Jennifer Maia, she has had more fighting experience, but then again, you've also taken more damage. So it goes hand in hand. So I think Joanne is also trying to make a name for herself, even though she is ranked number 3. A very decisive win could put her in line to face Valentina and get wrecked by Valentina, but at least it puts her in the chance of title hopes because she is ranked number 3. It's going to be a very important fight. She's going to want to make a very, very decisive win in order for them to say she's the next up to fight Valentina.
Yep. So you got Joanne, I got Jennifer. So the final fight of the night and the main event of the evening is our boy Derrick gets knocked out Brunson versus Edmen Shahbazyan, the golden boy, undefeated at 11-0 versus 20-7 with Derrick Brunson. Now Derrick Brunson's from the US, and so is Shahbazyan, 6'2" versus 6'1". Shahbazyan's an inch taller, 185, middleweight fight. Shahbazyan got short arms. Derrick Brunson's got a 3-inch reach advantage, win by, so 82% and 1 submission. I think this is from the Contender Series where he got 1 sub, but almost none of his fights go to decision. So pretty much by this math, I think like he has like 8 KOs and 1 submission, and then that would be the other decision win.
It would be 9 KOs
or whatever. I'm not I'm not a mathematician. I was off by 1 number. Whoop-de-doo. Anyways, so Derrick Brunson, as you can see, he has a very short average fight time. My boy either gets KO'd faster
Time out. Why did Brendan Schaub say this is going to go bet on the over for 2.5 rounds? If you look at their both average fight, that makes 0 sense.
Yeah, so I don't know what Schaub was smoking, maybe it was CTE, but whatever. So he makes jokes about himself having CTE all the time. So it's like I'm saying he hasn't said before. This one, I'm 85% sure that it's probably going to end in the first round. Derrick Brunson is a guy that blitzes a lot, right? And when he moves, I don't know what it is about Brunson, but when he punches, he's almost always off balance. And I'm like, dude, why are you so off balance?
No, because this is what he does. He keeps you at kicking range, and then he just runs at you and throws leaping hooks.
Yeah.
And anyways, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, so pretty much, I'm just going to, long story short, Derrick Brunson is that guy that like I'm trying to think who he reminds me of, like kind of like Cowboy Cerrone of 185, right? Is this 185? Yeah, right. Kind of like Cowboy Cerrone 185, where it's like the guy is really good, but when it comes to like facing like a really big name opponent or like comes to close to a title shot, the guy always falls.
He shakes it.
So it's kind of the same thing. This Shahbazyan guy, if he's able to beat Derrick Brunson, then he's going to be going to the top 6, 7, 8 of the division because Derrick's ranked what? He's ranked number 8, right? So this is a great fight. It's a good stepping stone for Shahbazyan. If he's not able to get through Derrick Brunson, then he should not even think about facing the Whitakers, the Tills, the obviously Adesanyas, the Costas, because he's not there. You have to be able to beat Derrick Brunson if you're going to be ready for those top 6 or 7 in the middleweight division. So I'm going to go with Shahbazyan. I think he's going to get it done within the first or second round, and your boy Brunson is gonna be going to sleep.
Okay, so now this is what I'm gonna say, guys. Derrick is a very, very good fighter, very good wrestler. Edmen, very, very talented striker, and you can see that in his last win, where I think he threw a left hand and left high kick at the same time, right? So he made him switch to one side, then he came up with it. I think it was to what's his name, Hawaiian dude. He looks Hawaiian.
Tavares,
yeah. Against Tavares. Guys, what you can expect in this is going to start off fast. Derrick's going to move forward. Edmen's going to try to get his timing. He might shoot for a takedown and just try to wear on him because he knows that in the stand-up fight, Derrick doesn't really stand a chance if it's like a kickboxing match because, as we said, he just blitzes guys. Like, I genuinely watch his fights. Even the fights that UFC posted of him winning, he keeps this distance, then he just lunges in and just throws like this, right? Even the commentators say, hey, guys, like, Derrick, like, you can't just do that, man. Like, because you're not, your chin's up. You're just running at him, throwing. If he literally just evades and clips you once, you're down. Same thing happened with Izzy. You just kept on shooting for takedowns. The commentators called the knee up the gun. He got kneed, and then he got finished. Right. Yeah. So like, Derrick is very good. I want to say Derrick Brunson's gonna win just because Edmen, I don't think he's faced a level of striking and wrestling mixed together in one like Derrick, because you have to worry about his striking and his wrestling, right? He's made the same mistake against Izzy. I think he's worked up the kinks in his game, but I think it's Edmen's time to shine. I said Edmen earlier. I gotta go with Brunson, man. Like honestly though, like I think he's finally put it together. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think all the L's.
But we laughed at Brunson, but 20-7 is a dope record. That's not a bad record.
No, he's a really good fighter, guys, and don't get that twisted. But he shakes it when he's supposed to have that one fight that's gonna propel him to like a top 3 fight or whatever. He shakes it. You know what I mean?
Because the people he's lost to is like Romero, Adesanya.
Yeah, the creme de la creme.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Silva. So it's not like people that like he's
a top 10 middleweight.
He's a gatekeeper.
But he's not a top 5 middleweight because he loses against Costa, he loses against Romero, he loses against Izzy, he loses against Rob, he loses against
Rob.
I don't know. Maybe Jack Hermanson might beat him. But honestly, guys, I'm gonna go.
You said he's got Brunson. I got Shahbazyan. Shahbazyan is going to be undefeated, and he's going to be looking at that top 6, 7.
But you know what's waiting for him?
Yeah,
Joel Romero, Paulo Costa. Yeah, I even forgot Jared Cannonier.
There's Whitaker, there's Cannonier, there's Hermanson, there's Izzy, there's Costa, there's Darren Till. So it's not looking
the moment
pretty.
you get through Brunson, like that's like the easiest fight you're gonna have.
It's not looking pretty for Shahbazyan, but hey, if he's talented, then he'll be able to do it. So, guys, what do you think about this main card? Let us know in the comments of YouTube, or you can comment on Spotify. I was gonna say comments on Spotify, but whatever you listen to this, let us know. You can follow us on Instagram at MMA Brothers Pod. Thank you for the engagement. Keep it coming. Like, comment, subscribe. Anything else?
Nope. Just send in your picks, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. MMA Brothers Pod on Instagram. We love the engagement, guys. We're getting more and more engagement every single week. We're still waiting to have the interviews from the Grungy Gentleman and the BTC Fight Promotion. Keep an eye out for those. We're going to have them for you soon. Have a good one.